Good morning. I'm Councillor Glen, and this is my weekly update for Saturday, July the 12th. This morning I'm at Rosehill Park. No particular reason other than I wanted to find someplace shady for today's update because it's another super warm day. Rosehill is between Cohilo and Rosehill, just a little bit south of Maple Grove Road, and it's a nice shady spot on a hot day. And I don't think I've done a video here yet over the past few years, so here I am. It is a hot day, and it can be a dangerous day for everyone, especially if you're an older adult, senior, perhaps you've got some health issues, but also if you're completely healthy, this heat can really hit you when we're getting this hot and humid. Ottawa Public Health has some great resources, some tips for staying cool and staying safe, a map of areas where you can go to cool off. I've linked to it from my website as well, glengower.ca. Splash pads, local pools, libraries, community centers, maybe go to a movie theater. They've always got the AC blasting there. And if you've got a neighbor who doesn't have AC or maybe who fits into one of those more vulnerable categories, check on them in this heat. Maybe invite them over to cool off, see how they're doing. I'm sure they'd appreciate that, and it would help make sure that they're safe at home. So take care out there, everybody. We've got a few hot days ahead of us. Something that's on my mind this week really is road safety. We had a very serious collision over on Cope Drive near Terry Fox involving a cyclist, a 20-year-old cyclist. He was sent to hospital with serious head injuries. I've been told that they're not life-threatening, which is good, but it's still just a really horrifying and concerning accident. On Huntley Road, on the way to Richmond from Stittsville, there was on Thursday a fatal motorcycle collision. Police are looking for any witnesses or dash cam footage to that one. Yesterday, I went downtown. I attended a vigil for the 27-year-old woman who was killed as a pedestrian at the intersection of Laurier and Elgin downtown. So sadly, a lot of serious injuries and fatalities happening on our roads. So I want to remind everyone to please take extra care and caution when you are driving. And all road users, right? We all have to follow the rules of the road and be safe out there, especially if you're driving a vehicle. They are heavy, they can go fast, they can cause a lot of damage and harm. So please make sure you are following the speed limit, make sure you're not distracted by a phone, that you're following the rules of the road, and let's keep our community safe over the summer months. Related to that topic, Ottawa Safety Council is hiring crossing guards. This is a great opportunity. Maybe if you're retired or maybe if you're working part-time, looking for a little bit of extra work, the Ottawa Safety Council has 4 or 5 locations in Stittsville where they're recruiting for next year. So you can go to the Ottawa Safety Council website and find more information there about how you can apply. And I also wanted to send condolences to the many friends and students and family of Damien Brown Graham. Damien was a teacher at Sacred Heart High School, and he passed away suddenly a couple of weeks ago. Also very involved in Stittsville Scouts and a number of other volunteer organizations. So very sad to hear about that, and condolences to everyone who knew Mr. BG, as he was known. This week in Stittsville, lots going on. I was on Stittsville Main Street. I was out having lunch, and a couple of horses walked by, and it turns out they were horses from the Ottawa Police Mounted Unit. This is a new program from Ottawa Police. It's a team of, I think, 7 Clydesdale horses, and we were visited by Aaron and Willpower, 2 horses. And it's part of the training they're doing. So over the next few months, they're going to many neighborhoods across the city to get the horses and the riders just used to the urban environment. So it was a real treat to see them on Stittsville Main Street. Some absolutely beautiful animals and great temperament. So I've got some photos of that on my Instagram page, so go check that out. Quite something to see. Also on Stittsville Main Street, we've officially launched with the Stittsville Business Association an Adopt a Flower Pot program. You might have noticed in the core of the village there are some flower pots hanging from the poles. Finally, it's been something we've been trying to get going for a long time. It's the Stittsville Business Association who we've partnered with for that. Postcard Perfect, who is maintaining the flowers this year. Of course, they come with the cost, so we're looking for local businesses or organizations or even individuals. If you care about Stittsville Main Street and want to see it looking beautiful, please participate in that. It's a pilot this year, and we're hoping to roll it out to more of the flagpoles as we go through the year. You can find more information on my website at glengower.ca. Also on my website, there's an update on local development files. There's a lot of construction happening in Stittsville. I know you all know that, but we get a lot of questions about what's happening with this property or what's going on with that property. We have all that information in our latest update. We do this about every 6 months or so. About 24 local development files in all sorts of stages of development. So if you're curious about something or just want to learn more about what's happening in Stittsville for construction, do check that out on my website. And on my website at glengower.ca/events, we have upcoming events and our local event calendar. There's a lot happening this summer. This weekend it's a little quieter, but next weekend, a couple big events I'm looking forward to. One is the Stittsville Village Association is hosting music and movies in the park at Village Square Park. And West Side Pride happens on Saturday afternoon. So I hope to see you there. Should be some good events. Downtown, of course, this week is Bluesfest. A great way to get downtown is by OC Transpo. You can avoid traffic, you can avoid parking, and so on. If you're going from the West End, a lot of people are using park and ride, so you can use the Terry Fox Park and Ride or the Eagleson Park and Ride and take a bus to Tunney's, where then you can take the train right to LeBreton Flats. And just remember, after the show, when the show's letting out, the quickest way to get back to your park and ride spot, don't take the train, take one of the buses. They have a special area for buses going out to Stittsville, Canada, Barhaven. Route 61 will get you right back to Stittsville, and you can get that from Albert Street, just at the end of Booth Street, just past the Pimisi station. Look for the signs or go to octranspo.com for information. OC Transpo is free for anyone with a Bluesfest ticket, so that's good. And okay, 2 other reminders. There was some vandalism to a mailbox, a community mailbox area in Wildwood, thanks to residents who let us know. If you see any damage to mailboxes, go to canadapost.ca and look for their contact or customer service link, and you can report that there, and Canada Post will send someone out to investigate and get that fixed. And I'm not sure what the process is if you had any mail that might have been lost, but please do contact Canada Post on that. And a traffic reminder, it's not in Stittsville, it's on Carling Avenue between Moodie and Canada. And there's an old rail bridge that's going to be removed over the next couple of weeks. And that means Carling Avenue is going to be closed at where that bridge is. The point is the bridge is no longer used, so they're going to make that roadway or that tunnel wider so it's safer for drivers and cyclists to get through. But be aware of that detour, because I know some of you use that stretch. The detour is basically through Bell's Corners or along the highway. If you're a cyclist, it's an easier detour. You can just go a little bit south and use the greenbelt pathways there. But I don't want people to be caught by surprise. So the Carling Rail Bridge between Moodie and Canada is being replaced, avoid over the next couple weeks. And there's more information about that at ottawa.ca. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Stay cool, and I'll talk to you next week. Take care.